Hello again, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Click the thumbs up, ding the notification bell so that you get to know when the videos are coming out. It don't cost you anything, so click the subscribe button, do me a favour. I'm going to run some wires. I'm going to give you an update on where we are with the framing and what's left to do there, and then I'll get on with it. So we've done quite a bit of long framing, so the blue wood, as you can see there, going right down. I've got some up there. I've got all my battens in there. There's some down sections to put in, so between that and there, up that bit, another piece there and there. I've got a pocket hole jig, which I'll show you that when I start to use that. That means you can put a piece of wood in here and the screw goes in at an angle and goes into that wood there, and it gives you a flush finish, nice strong joint, rather than trying to screw things down or on angles and stuff. This is all designed properly, so pleased with that. I'll show you that when I get that going. So there's your framing on that side. Not much to show really. I am going to start running cables. I'm going to go with the easiest one. This is the battery area, the electrical area. So the easiest one I'm going to do is my USBs, which I'm going to run up that side, through the voids, then it's going to come down here somewhere, and they're going to end there-ish, because I'm going to have a table here and I want a couple of USB sockets there where the table is. There'll be a 240 socket there as well, but that's for another day. Right now I'm just going to run my first bit of wire. I've bought this stuff, which is, I'll show you what it is if you can get to see it. It's twin core, so it's all in all wrapped in one sleeve. It's 1.5mm. It's got a rating of up to 21 amp, which is sufficient for me LED lighting, USB sockets, things like that. So let's progress. That's taken me by surprise already. Just running one USB is about 6 meters, it looks like. I've only bought 30 meters, so I might not have enough to even just do the basics here. When you get to the end, you leave yourself a couple of foot, or maybe a foot, to allow for coming through timber and give yourself something to work with. The other thing I forgot to mention is you label each end up. Otherwise you've just got a load of cable, you've no idea what it is. So for example, this is going to be USB 1 and the other end will be USB 1, then there'll be USB 2, USB 2, so I know what is what when I'm wiring it up. Let's see. Right, that was short-lived. 30 meters of 1.5 gone in no time at all. I'm probably leaving far too much on the ends, but you know, YouTube, you watch your videos and they say don't leave yourself short, leave too much if anything, cut it off, and at least you've got the right amount, because it's faffing about making joints and stuff if you've left it too short. So I am putting like maybe 2 feet on the end of it. It is what it is. So I'll switch around and show you what I've got. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's cables there with labels on. All this is labelled up here, so max fan, what's that one, shower light, bed, USB and reading. And that one must be, yeah, USB 1, which goes down over the tables. So I've done that. They're all labelled at the other end. So we're going to continue with the framing, and I'm now going to do the vertical frame. So the horizontals are in, which is what you can see there, and I've just done this one as a first test, and I'm using a pocket hole jig, which I've been waiting to come. I'll show you how the pocket hole works. I've just done a couple of test pieces. It's taken me a while, but I got there. So I'll show you how that works, and then I'll put a time lapse on while we do the framing out. Hopefully get it finished, the framing anyway, today. So this is the pocket hole jig. You see them all over YouTube, never used one. I'm quite impressed with it actually. It's made of an alloy, so it's not plastic. I did think they would be metal anyway, these inserts, because there's a drill bit going through. But this is all alloy, it's quite heavy. I've drilled it to the bench, the makeshift bench. And what you do is you get this special drill bit that comes with it, as you can see the end. So it drills the hole, I don't know if you can focus. Yeah, it drills the hole, and then you've got this little bit here. And you're supposed to set it in such a way that it doesn't go through to this bit, so it stops just short. And then you've got these special screws. I bought a selection because again I didn't know what I was doing, don't know what I want. But they have a different head, so you can see a square head. So of course you have to have square headed screwdrivers. But anyway, so let's put this in, and then we'll go and see if it's going to fit. So what I've been doing is letting it slide in, so it's got its own angles and stuff all sorted. Quick drill. Oh, there's a collar there as well. So you set the collar on the drill so it doesn't go through the bottom. Not plugged in. Right, now I've plugged it in. Ready? Next one, just let it drop down, and then you release the clamp, and you have that. It's not come through the bottom, so that's good. So I'll do it on the top or the bottom, depending which way I go. Make sure, gotta make sure your wood and your jig holes are about right. Push the clamp down just to hold it. And drop in again. Now, so far I've used 4 of these on my first piece, so if these turn out to be the right ones, all the rest will be obsolete and I'll just have to get a big box of these. 3, 4, look at me, counting again. Let's go to the van. I've done them both on the same side, which always helps. If you get them backwards, then that's not going to do it, is it? So let's go. Very wet. It's been raining this morning and it's going to forecast to rain again this afternoon. So yeah, this is going to fit quite snugly, I hope. Yeah, look at that, just nice and tight. So this special screw goes in there and down there and down there, and becomes a really strong fixing. And like I said to you before in another video, it saves, or earlier, it saves drilling through there and getting long screws and trying to, you know, get right into there with the screw. This goes up that way, and it's on an angle, so it's feels more secure. Alright, I'll put you on tripod and you can have a watch. It's definitely vertical. I've got that right, so I don't need that anymore. Wow. I'm impressed with that, that's good. I'm running the first wires through for the lighting, the USBs, things like that. I've done quite a lot already. I just kept running out of wire. I was buying them in 30-meter drums. I've used 2 drums and I'm now on my 3rd drum. I think I'll get about halfway through that. So maybe, what's that, 60, maybe 75 meters, maybe 80 meters worth of cable has gone in, or will have gone in when I finish today. So my voids is working really well. My problems are this bit, getting it out of here, where I need to put my ceiling on this batten. So obviously I can't have any wires running across the batten that way because the ceiling won't go up then. So I've got some little bits of tweaking to do, little bits of thinking to do, as is the way with the van build. You overcome and you keep going. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Click the thumbs up and ding the notification bell so when I put a new video out you get to see it, and that'll help the channel grow. So this is where we are. Quite a lot of cables run. I've run these 2 here, I've run these the wrong side. They should have been coming up and along here. So effectively I need to undo this, and yeah, I'll sort that out. I'm really happy with this cable run area. That's working out really well. I've got bits of tape and things holding the cables in place, like that's a shower light. Now I need to run the wires somehow. I need to get them behind now, or cut a groove here so that it can sit flush, because again my wall's going to go along here and you can't have a piece of wire in the way. So nowhere near perfect, but it'll work. It's a way round. We'll get there in the end. It's one of them where you have to just sit and think about it a little while, as you do a lot in van building. Between researching YouTube on an evening and scratching your head during the day, and then doing things and not realising it affects something else, and then having to redo it. So 2 steps forward, 1 back, 2 forward, 1 back, on doing stuff. That's what takes the time, I think. Okay, so now I've got it roughly wired in. I'm now going to go and unwire some stuff to correct my errors where I've gone the wrong side of the batten, it's just a case of where do you start. So I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to unwind it, unravel it, unrun it, put it the right side, rerun it, and give a bit of thought to each bit, and then and get it through the battens. That's the job. Okay, that's all the cables run. Nothing's connected obviously yet. I've got some little sticky pads, and you put a cable tie through, which then allows you to hang the cable. I don't know how long they're going to last, whether with the heat of the summer they might come undone, but I only need them to stay up for now until I get the roof up and the walls on and things, and then if they come away, the cable will be sat behind anyway. I haven't tightened any of the cable ties, just in case I've missed something and I need to run something else. So I haven't tightened them up yet, and I haven't snipped them short yet. Just not being overly confident that I've caught everything. I think I've got everything. There's a hell of a lot of wire in here. And people talk about running a spare line just in case you think of something later. But I'm getting on for 90 metres of cable, which is ridiculous. I've probably done it completely wrong, and I've run one cable where I could have run a cable and then spliced off for different things. I've put loops in it and all sorts of stuff to try and keep a continuous run. And I suppose the longer your cable, then that affects the wattage, voltage, ampage. It's all new. So there you go. I think I've done my cable run. Next thing is, well, I don't know what next thing is. I don't know. I've got to think about it. I've got to think about what I'm doing next. No doubt whatever I do, I'll have to undo it at some point. Even if it's only a little bit, I'll have to undo, but I'll have to undo something because I hadn't thought of something else. But that's just how it goes. So I'm quite pleased with myself. I've got one more day off work tomorrow. Tonight, me and the wife are off to see Michael Bublé in concert, the Canadian songster. So that should be fun. Something different for us. And then he'll be back to the van tomorrow and then back to work the day after.